Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Freewheeling. I am Siddharth and Ameya, and thank you so much for joining in on yet another episode of Freewheeling. Now, it is a lot of fun for us when so many of you sort of tune in and join in the proceedings because that's what this show is all about. So I'm going to get my headphones before I forget because I don't want the voice to echo later on with the guest. So we're just waiting for Diego to come on stream and then we will add him in. But I didn't want to keep all of you waiting. So in the meanwhile, if we want to get started on the questions, we can do that because I know that's not what we typically do. But we're told that Diego was part of an urgent meeting which has just wrapped up. So he should be with us momentarily. But in the meanwhile, like I said, if any of you have any questions, then please go ahead and yeah, go ahead and say hello or ask the questions that you might want to ask because we are still waiting for him to come on. In the meanwhile, just to get a flavor of what you can expect on today's episode, let's run you through some of what we will be bringing you. And there's a fair amount that's very exciting, but here's a sampler. Okay, so there is that, and for those of you who asked about, I think it was Parth who said when can we expect an EV? Hi Parth, don't forget that there's already this that's been launched by Piaggio. Now I know it's an EV, and I know it's not the kind of EV you were thinking of. So, but having said that, it's probably the most relevant in any case at this point to our to their business, not maybe our discussion so much, because the Ape e-City, as it's called, was launched close to the end of last year, and so that is the first electric from Piaggio in India, but it at least sets the ball rolling in a sense, right? So yes, we will hopefully talk about that too, and hopefully my guest will join in today as well. We're waiting for him to connect. Kingshuk is trying to get him on, and yeah, we're just trying to get connected with him right now. But okay, in the meanwhile, like I said, if any of you have any questions for me, we can get started on that part because there's nothing stopping us from doing that. And we are very excited. In fact, what I can do is go ahead and tease something for you. I typically do this at the end of the episode, but you tell me if I should tell you right away what we have lined up for you on Freewheeling this weekend. So this is a very special guest. It's an exclusive yet again, and it's an international automotive guest again. So would you like to know who that is? If yes, then I want to see some thumbs ups or some yeses from you in the chat window. And then of course we can reveal that to you right now. But otherwise, of course, I will tell you this only at the end of the show. So your call entirely. If you want to be let into the secret right now, I can tell you that I'll have this guest with me on Saturday at the same time. So so please do tell us if you want to if you want me to reveal it to you right now or only at the end of the show. And it'll be great if I hear from someone other than Parth. He wants to wait, but that may not be the popular consensus. And as far as your question about e-cars is concerned, if you're talking about generically which other electric vehicles are coming to India, well, then remember that there are a few waiting in the wings. The Nissan Leaf is waiting to come in. There will be another model from MG, no doubt. Perhaps Kia will jump into it, and we hope it's with the Soul, but there is no confirmation yet on that. And then, of course, the big one in terms of volumes, even though we may not get excited by it, is the EKUV and the Atom from Mahindra, which we spoke about just yesterday with our guest Vijay Nakra from Mahindra Automotive, the CEO. So, there are a fair number that are going to come. And then the Nexon EV hasn't really had its full proper market rollout, so we have to wait and see how that is received in the market too. So yeah, there's a fair amount of EV action happening as well. And I see one yes from Balchandra, so, and a hi and a bye from Parmesh. So I'm not sure what that means. So we'll wait, and maybe we'll play it out at the end in any case. So hoping that Diego joins us right now. Otherwise, we can turn this into a nice little Q&A session. And I'm very happy to answer your questions, because there's lots that's happening right now in the market in terms of just how things are going to play out in the automotive space. Will everything go back to normal quickly? Will there be a huge delay? Will there be some kind of a change in policy? We are still waiting to hear from the finance minister on all the sectors. Remember, when it comes to the stimulus packages that have been talked about, will automobiles be included in that, or the auto sector in any way, maybe just components? That's $1 million question, and I think that will determine what happens with the sector going forward in many ways. So there is that, but otherwise, of course, the whole focus here remains on just revival and bringing people back to showrooms, even if it's virtually. A lot of people are doing doorstep deliveries, online bookings, of course, preceding that. And then don't forget, there's also a lot of people who are doing test drives now at their homes in the few areas that have opened up and where dealerships have begun operations. Maruti already took in 5,000 bookings on the first day that it opened its operations up again. And remember, it's a limited number of dealerships that are running. Hyundai did 200 cars deliveries on the first day. So small green shoots at this point, but yes, some amount of action starting to happen. Renault has opened up its dealerships. Nissan has opened up some of its dealerships. MG and a lot of the other brands. Honda starting to now open up, and there are big strict protocols in place when it comes to, even Mahindra was talking about it yesterday, when it comes to the kind of sanitization and security, safety, health checks that will be maintained in this entire new phase of operations. So there's lots to be said, and okay, I'm actually very close to giving up on Diego joining us. It seems like we have a little bit of a problem. So why don't I do this? Why don't I get the car and bike team to now join in? So I'm going to start with Kingshuk, because I know he's here, he's online. So let me go ahead and call him, and we'll maybe take it from there, and we can even have others like Shams or Ameya join in as well, and we can have a little bit of an impromptu discussion in terms of what's happening in the auto space. Let's turn it into that, and at least that way I don't waste your time, since you have taken the trouble to join me. It just goes back to that whole, hold on, I'm guessing you can hear that ring. Okay, best laid plans. I am being left hung out to dry here. Now Kingshuk's not answering either. So, hopefully one of my esteemed teammates is going to log in and rescue me here. But you know what? These things happen. As I was saying, it reminded me of the time when I used to do a lot of live news anchoring. And, when you had breaking news or even otherwise, when it's live, you could have a lot of things going wrong. And today, after many, many years, I'm experiencing exactly that, where a guest doesn't come through, a connection fails, or you have technical issues. What kind of connected vehicles technology can we expect in two-wheelers, and who will own the data? Karthik, that's a good question, and I think in many ways there are different answers to it. For now, there's no regulation around it, and so there's no legislation or law that anybody really needs to abide by. Having said that, some amount of this comes under the purview of some of our IT internet-related laws, and so there would be data encryption and protection guaranteed. As of now, what I understand is that a lot of the manufacturers are the ones who will be storing this on their servers, and they of course assure us that they are not selling this to anybody else or passing it on to anybody else. So it remains in a closed circuit on the cloud and or on their own servers. That is our current understanding anyway, but the connected vehicles will only increase, and at some point there will be a conversation that will have to happen between the vehicles as well, at which point it might start to become a little bit more open in terms of just real-time data sharing. but I think personal data will still remain encrypted and therefore confidential, because this will be more about traffic information and speeds and some of the vehicle diagnostics even that could go into helping with the larger grid sort of come on stream. But otherwise, yeah, it's not so much about um, any other kind of, let's say, um, sharing or networking. Okay, I finally have Kingshuk here, so let me go ahead and welcome him. Yes, Kingshuk, how does it feel to be my special guest on today's episode of Freewheeling?
Hi, Siddharth. Thank you so much for having me on your show today. Feel absolutely privileged and
This isn't your Oscar speech, or it doesn't have to be.
it doesn't have to be exactly. That's the key word.
Yeah, but nice. The beard's become nice and bushy now. I can see
Yes.
you gave up on trimming it.
Side effects of the lockdown, and that too the fourth lockdown 4.0 as they call it.
Yeah,
It's absolutely crazy.
absolutely crazy is right. We are being joined by our other friend who does not have a beard as yet. Hold on, let me. Or at least I don't think he does. You can hear him now, but there he is.
On the way.
It's on the way. Okay.
The
So
beard's on the way.
yeah, no, I got that. I don't think our guest is on the way in any case, so we might as well give up on that. But now, why have I lost Kingshuk? Where's he gone? Hold on, I think I'll have to add him back into this. Actually, could you add him, Amey? Could you just add him to this
Yeah.
call? I think I knocked him off when I took you on. So just do add to call, and then we'll get him back. So while Kingshuk is coming back, I can once again see if you have any more questions for me here. Let me try and scroll through all of this. Yeah, so if any more questions, does car and bike have a
Yeah. I'm here.
post-COVID plan? We have the same plan right now as we would have post-COVID, which is we carry on doing what we're doing. We never stopped, by the way, unlike corporates who did stop. They worked from home, but they weren't really doing their actual, let's say, I won't say they weren't doing their jobs, that's not fair, but they weren't producing cars, they weren't selling cars or bikes or whatever. In our case, we were continuing to do what we do. The only thing we're not doing is, I think our post-COVID plan is to be able to go out and drive and shoot again. That's probably our post-COVID plan. Oops. Okay, Ameya and Kingshuk, you're back here. Do you want to add to that? What's our post-COVID plan?
I think just get out and drive. I think that's the only thing we are waiting for. I'm sadly quarantined because our complex has a couple of COVID cases already, so we can't even go out. And I regularly go out into the balcony and check out my car, and then come back and sit down and sit back on the damn laptop. And
Yeah.
just can't wait to get out there, and even a drive to Pune, I think, would be
Any drive at this
something to
point.
look forward to.
Okay, I am told now
Yeah.
that Diego is probably on standby, so hold on, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and see if I can bring him back in here. Yes, I do have a message from him now, so let me go ahead and add him in. Okay, don't need to see the Skype screen while that happens. And now he's not answering. Yes, of course, Murphy's Law. So we'll continue with our discussion, I suppose. And do you all hear that lovely ring, the Skype ring? Because I do. And okay, we're going to give this one more try, guys. Otherwise, I'm afraid it'll be back to Team Car and Bike. So we're trying this one more time. And okay, guys, no luck. So let's just continue with our discussion here, which has turned into this nice little impromptu CNB discussion instead of it being a Piaggio or a Aprilia. One of you can be Piaggio and one of you can be Aprilia. I guess by your t-shirts I know which is which. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ameya, but you're the E Ape, and you, sir, are
Yeah.
Aprilia 210. Okay, we're doing our usual stupid fun. So yeah, Ameya told us what his plan is, but what is your plan post
Yeah.
restrictions lifting?
Siddharth, you might want to check your mail. I've already sent you a application for 10 days leave. Would like to go and take a motorcycle.
It's very optimistic, no? Asking me on live television or the closest that we have to live television at this point. Yeah. I mean, as soon as you can move away from where you are right now, anything is possible.
Yes,
The problem right now is that you're not being able to do that, right? There's no getting away
that's
from the current situation. But no, outside of that, what is your
Absolutely.
plan, please, Kingshuk?
outside of that. To be very honest, there's no plan as such. But yes, I'm looking forward. In fact, I'm like just waiting with bated breath just to do my Delhi Gurgaon commute because right now that feels like heaven.
Yeah, just
And
anything. Okay, Ameya, you have to stop laughing hysterically because nobody's going to be interested in that beyond a point. And please, can we have a little less headroom on you because it's like we are here and you're there right now. So yeah, see better, more
There
aligned.
you go. Ah.
Okay. Did you say Diego or did you say there you go?
There.
Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay, so guys, as you can see, you have Team Car and Bike, or at least part of it here. And so, any questions that you have, because typically when we have a guest here, you guys keep asking me questions about, can you tell me about Creta versus Seltos? This is your golden opportunity to do that. Please go ahead and ask the questions that you would always want to ask of us, because you have us captive and live here right now, and we're going to do this for a few minutes, and otherwise we're going to disappear. One thing I will talk about though is, now that I mentioned the Creta, is that there are reviews like that are pending, but we are just being overcautious perhaps. I mean, I think it's better to err on the side of caution. We totally care about the safety of our team members, and so we're not going to rush out and try and do something very exciting for the sake of calling it exclusive or jumping onto a certain bandwagon. I think for us, the security and safety of our people is paramount, and which is why none of us is going to be rushing out there to try and bring you something. But having said that, we're cognizant of the fact that many of you are waiting for this content. So we're trying our best. As you've seen, every week we've brought you a fresh episode of the Car and Bike Show on NDTV. We've also tried to put out a whole lot of stories for you. There's lots of videos going up on our YouTube channel, and it's all fresh content. I mean, we haven't stopped doing that. So even I think it's a miracle sometimes, right, Ameya, that we are doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and in all of this too, it's not that we have stopped giving out exclusives, right? There are so many exclusives that we have done, even though we are locked, in house, and we are trying to call up manufacturers and ask them about stuff. And yes, we have done that. So we have kept you updated. The exclusives keep on coming, and that's why you visit our website, and that's what it's basically all about. Yes, the videos too are coming in thick and fast as well. Obviously, reviews as such will come once the lockdown opens up. So hopefully we'll have that very very soon. And yes, the big battle, Kia versus the Kia Seltos versus the Creta. It's something to look forward to in all of that. In fact, even the Honda City, can't wait to see what that car is like. And we just missed that. I think we were supposed. Siddharth and I were supposed to go for that drive. We completely. I mean, Honda of course called it off, and well, here we are. We're just waiting for that call so that we can get back out and drive that car.
Kingshuk, you're looking forward to that as well?
yes, 100%. And while Ameya and you, both of you are looking forward to driving the Honda City and also doing the Kia Seltos versus the Hyundai Creta comparison, I'm looking forward to ride motorcycles. I'm dying to ride the new Tiger 900
Actually, the
because
Tiger will be fun. Yeah,
yes,
and they have those now, right?
because
The shipments are here, or
yes, and I from what I hear, shipments are here. It's just a matter of Triumph Motorcycles India announcing the prices. They are
yeah,
waiting for the right time. And
we'll
apart from
soon
that,
we'll
Hero Extreme 160R, and of course the the Aprilia SXR 160.
yeah. But is that confirmed though? I mean, we were hoping to get an answer officially
Oh
on that.
yeah,
Yes, it is. It is. It is. From last what I remember,
I mean,
It
yeah.
was supposed to be launched in August 2020. So
Okay.
yeah,
Um,
that's pretty much on the agenda here.
no, the reason I was trying to stop you at the Triumph discussion was because Shoaib, who heads up the Triumph business, is another guest we're hoping to have actually show up on the show. So that should be sometime early next week, I think.
For sure, for sure.
So now that in any case this has turned into a nice little fiasco and a disaster for us, and we have some people who are still live with us, so we're very happy that you've been so patient. We're giving up on our guest, but you know what? Let me go ahead now and use this occasion to announce who our special, exclusive, international guest is going to be on Freewheeling. That's on Saturday at the same time. Well,
Oh yeah.
4 o'clock. So yeah, let's do that. Let's play that out right now.
Yeah, let's.
So Professor Gerry Mcgovern, OBE, is going to be our guest on Freewheeling on Saturday. Yes, he's quite the international celebrity when it comes to automobile design, and certainly responsible for all the massive success that we have seen from Land Rover, the expansion of the Range Rover range. That sounds funny. The introduction of the new Discovery family, and of course the new Defender, which you saw there in that clip. So that Defender has gotten us all salivating.
Yeah.
I call dibs on the Defender review.
You know,
It will be available in. It will be available in Mumbai. It's not going to come to Delhi first.
he's going to take
Yeah,
that bike. He's going to take that bike, and he's going to take that bike and ride to Mumbai. That's why he needs 10 days off.
No, you can't drive. You can't. That's all mine.
I call
We'll
dibs.
go. We'll meet over at the new Mansarovar Road, and then we'll go together. We'll put our leaves together, and then we'll go. I'll get the Defender, you get the Tiger. We'll both go, and Siddharth will have a minor heart attack in the meanwhile.
No, I mean, I'm not getting to ride or drive. I can see over here. So very generous of both of you.
Yes, that's true.
No, but yeah, the Defender should be, and you know what? It should be a good conversation with Gerry. I mean, he's always a character. He's going to join us from his home in Warwickshire, and he's been working from home. They've been working on some of the upcoming designs, and remember, the Defender itself has, its own rollout. It built up to this huge crescendo, and then the rollout has been kind of stalled, right? So, so they're all sitting on this huge amount of anticipation. They've taken some massive number of bookings already for that car, and there's a huge interest from the US and UK markets. Our launch here has been pushed forward, I'm assuming. It was supposed to have been here by what, August?
Yeah, August.
Might
The
still
price is
happen.
announced already, but
Price is announced, yeah.
Yeah.
But the first
The
cars,
official launch hasn't happened.
yeah. So we'll see if that still comes through and holds good. But either way, the car will come to India. I think we aren't going to get the 3-door though. Or we're getting both. No, we're getting both. I think the 3-door was supposed to launch later, but now I think it all just might launch together. We don't know.
Yeah.
But no, the Defender will be fun. And I was supposed to, of course, have beaten both of you at driving it in March, which was called off. So we had a whole plan to be in the UK in March, 14th March. I think we were supposed to be there. But a lot of people, and then before that, I couldn't go to Namibia to drive it. So there's been another missed opportunity. So yeah, I'm waiting for that car desperately as well to drive it. So we'll see what happens. Who gets to drive it first? But no, but
But you can't pull strings. You can't pull strings to get it first. I mean, let's
see,
keep
no
that
strings.
fair.
My hands are empty. I'll be very pious. No.
Yes,
I like the idea of going on that road though. Maybe we can all go.
Yeah.
And since
we
we are
should have a car and bike trip. Yeah.
and since we are on this live call, and there's only other many other strangers who are part of this conversation, we can happily throw the rest of the team under the bus and say they can take care of the site and content, and the three of us can go.
Yeah, we should do that. We should
High five
do
to that.
definitely.
Shams wants to join, I think. Shams, you know, he's saying Skype, and there's no invite. Just call. Actually, no, we should add him to this call, right? Will you add him to this
Yeah,
call? Kingshuk, you add
I
him
will.
maybe, or I mean, okay, you add him. So, yeah, we'll get Shams also, and that'll be fun. And then I think we'll wrap up this most meaningful conversation ever, the most exciting, most information rich, and the most rewarding episode of Freewheeling yet. Yeah, where we had the Piaggio Phantom, not the Rolls Royce Phantom, but we had the Piaggio Phantom show up. Okay, so are we getting him? Is he?
No, Shams is not, picking up the call. I called him.
Okay. Well,
What happened?
it's nah. Okay, doesn't matter. So, okay, one quick thing then. Let's quickly go around this. We've talked about the city. We talked about the Creta. We talked about the Tiger and the Extreme. You said, was it the Extreme or was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hero Extreme 160. Yeah.
Hero
And
Extreme 160R and the Piaggio, the Aprilia SXR 160.
so, what else? What else on the bike side? Anything on the commuter side that excites you that may be coming?
On commuter side, yeah, not quite. Not quite. It's all big bikes.
So nothing, huh?
Not really.
Oh, TVS.
Although, TVS, yes. There's an interesting bit of news coming in from TVS.
Mm-hmm.
So TVS has trademarked the Ronin word for their upcoming model.
Yeah.
So one of the future models could be called the TVS Ronin, and Preetham and I we were discussing, and maybe it could be the TVS Zeppelin Cruiser concept and the production version. If not that, then a naked Street Fighter version of the Apache RR310.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But Ronin, really? I mean, do we like this name? I mean, no, I'm just asking. Wasn't it like a, what's his name? Not Val Kilmer. Who's the other guy?
Was a Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves movie? Yeah. So, and I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, but it sounds like he was an assassin in the movie.
It was 47 Ronin, sorry. 47 Ronin. That was the Keanu Reeves.
Okay, I can see Shams, but I'm not being able to add him.
Ronin away from that movie as well. Hopefully they don't do it with the bike.
Good one. Very nice. Let's clap for Ameya and his pun. Shams, can you hear us? Shams, can you hear us?
I was trying to put my EP in the laptop. I couldn't hear you guys clearly.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Lots happening today, so sort of going all around the place.
Yes, there's lots happening on the show also here.
Yeah, see, all of us
Yeah.
are here.
That's right.
But things are getting bigger.
What's getting bigger?
The beards.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's just Kingshuk at this point.
Only you are giving some
Get those
attention.
tours? Do you get those tours? Yeah, you do, right? You do.
I still can't take him on for some reason. I'm not seeing him. I still see him only as a Skype screen. So let me see. I mean, I can see him on Skype, but I can't see him. Hold on. Let me try one more time. Oh, see, now it's again gone to Skype screen. So anyway, I don't know why I'm not seeing him. But Shams, feel free to join in. At least your audio can be heard. So what is the most exciting upcoming product you're looking forward to driving or riding? Was the question. Okay, now I guess I've lost all of you because I can't see anybody and I can't hear anybody. Maybe there's too many people on that call. Yeah, it's not going to work. I think there's too many people on that call. This whole thing was a disaster from the start anyway. So when can we expect the launch of an EV? Asked Vivek again. I think that's only one sensible question that I have answered even earlier. Which EV do you mean, Vivek? Because we talked about what all is coming up already. So maybe you want to specify that. And in the next 30 seconds, then I'm going to just hang up on this most fruitful live session that we've had because our guest never bothered to show up. We have also, I think, lost contact with the rest of the car and bike team. One of you guys will have to probably drop off the call because there's probably too much going on here. So, yeah. Let's see if I can bring... I think Kingshuk is back. Oh, I hear doors opening and closing now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Kingshuk is here, and Ameya is here, but I guess Shams has dropped off. So
Ameya's
that's
there.
Yeah. So
Shams is proper.
Yeah.
yeah, but we're back. At least the connection works now. Ameya, you're still very like fuzzy, but maybe that's by design. You don't want us to. You don't want us to see how unkempt you really look.
Yeah. I don't want to look in the mirror at all. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Donald
It's
Trump.
been early mornings, yes. Sorry?
I said you and Donald Trump. Clearly don't want to look in the mirror ever.
I don't want to comment on him for
No, in
sure.
his case it's figurative. I'm not judging physically here. But anyway, we have our fair share of those people too. Okay, so that's it then, I guess, because you guys haven't come up with any other exciting model to look forward to. So
The Preetham is aggressively messaging me, and he's saying the Extreme 160.
he's
It's
excited
very
about
good.
that.
He's like really excited to ride that motorcycle. He's like,
The reason is for his excitement. What is the reason?
it is going to be the next big thing because Hero has, it's a brand new model,
Hmm.
and it looks good. And Preetham has had a taste of it
Yeah.
during the Hero World Day, very briefly though.
Oh, yeah.
And he was very impressed. And Preetham says in the 160cc segment, which is really growing, because
So
you have the
is
Suzuki Gixxer, you have the RTR 164V from TVS, and now the Hero Extreme 160R. So that's going to be a really very growing, mushrooming sort of a segment. And yes, those bikes are really entertaining because they're comfortable, your daily commute is taken care of, and they're fun.
and they're
If you
affordable.
want to have fun, and they're affordable. The
Yeah.
biggest
Don't
factor, they're
forget,
affordable.
post-COVID affordability will be a huge thing, and within that, people will still want
100,
to, express their individuality and have something fun. So I guess this segment becomes really
Yeah.
more important from that perspective. So is it safe to say that Preetham is moving on from TVS to Hero for the 2020? TVS love now migrates north to Hero.
Oh yes,
No, but,
and from the north and south discussion, I remember one of our colleagues did a story. The Skoda RS,
Hmm.
and like a majority
Bangalore.
of them have been booked
Yeah.
in the south. They have been booked down south.
Bangalore, I think, leads that.
Bengaluru,
Yeah.
20%.
Yes, yes,
22%.
Go
All
Bangaloreans.
cars are scored, yeah. There are no media cars. So,
So anybody watching from Bangalore right now who likes us and would like to share their car, once you get the delivery, you know who to contact. We would love to have a review. You can even join that review. One-time offer. You can.
yeah, absolutely.
We can co-review the RS.
no, but one car I've been waiting for is the 911 Turbo RS. I think 3 crore, 8 lakh rupees. That's the decent pricing. And that's just
You're just gloating
gorgeous
because you
looking.
know that there'll probably only be one press car and it will be in Bombay. Shameless.
Yeah, but
I'm calling Porsche India after this and making sure they never call you for that drive. Like by name, banned.
yeah,
No, that'll be a
fantastic looking car.
yeah,
Absolutely fantastic
yeah.
looking car.
No, the new generation just drives so well. Since I've had the chance to drive it, at least we know that every other recent new generation has been fantastic. No doubt, it's the 911. It's the pinnacle of what they do. But the leap that this one has taken from the last generation, which was already bloody good, has been staggering. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
phenomenal the way it drives. I mean, it's gotten overshadowed a little bit by the 718 Spider because that car has a lot
Yeah.
more individuality. And so now it's nice that I think the 911 will also be offered. One of the variants anyway will be offered with a manual gearbox again. But that was one of the big reasons why the Cayman GT4 or the 718 Spider was so popular because they were getting manual options. But no, I think the Taycan has just overshadowed everything else this year. So it's
Oh,
nice
yeah.
to see some of the attention
Yeah.
coming back to the 911. Okay, so with that, I think we should wrap this up because we're just aimlessly meandering now and wandering, and we could have this conversation anytime we wanted. So, so any words of wisdom or advice to people as they start returning to work? Let me put you on the spot. No, nothing.
I think
No, no.
do it gradually. Don't like go out there. You know, we all want to get back to our workplaces, but I think do it gradually and do it sensibly. And whenever even you are at your workplace, there will obviously be very defined rules of how things are going to be. So just follow that, because those people know why they have formed those things. Just be sensible about it. That's about it.
Yeah, agreed. Nothing from Kingshuk. So, okay, I waited, but
So I was saying, in adding to what Amya said, yes, it is
you were saying means what? In
very,
your
very,
mind, you were saying.
no, like Amya said, it is very, very important to keep a cool head, because all of us have been locked up in our houses for over a month and a half, and suddenly, if you can actually go and ride motorcycles, scooters, drive cars, and you shouldn't be like just creating a traffic jam. Be very, very sensible about it. Take care of all the precautions, and maintain, of course, social distancing protocols. And yes, that's about it.
Okay.
And also, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share.
Yeah, I'm all for that. And of course, please wear your helmets, please wear your seatbelts. That's my usual. So I will say that. And I guess it's time to sign off. Bye bye. And please take care
Bye
of
bye.
yourselves, stay safe, and bye, guys. So,
Bye.
for those of you who have hung on and been patiently watching what we've been doing, which is completely goofing off, I will leave you with a reminder of what we have coming up on the next episode of Freewheeling. Until then, like the guys said, please stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And I will say bye bye with this.